to you. I've had a great morning and I'm so excited to hear from you. Most of you all know who Jac is. She brings the energy. So this is going to be incredible. You should probably go shout out in all your message pods and Rise Up Nation in your message pods. Hey team, join, get here. You should go on your stories and be like, this is our team and it's cool. And it's a lot of women who aren't drama. Like mind blown. Someone said that the other day. They're like, I just really love our team. There's no drama. And I just think you all are the best people. And I'm excited for all the new coaches that are joining us, because really everybody should be part of a community that has just women lifting and empowering each other, lifting each other up. You guys are the best. Okay, Jac, I'm done being sappy.
Oh, you're good. Hold on. Okay. So hi, I'm Jac. Most of you have either seen my face because my smile's so big you can't miss it, or just because I've been around. So I'm a mom of 4 boys, former military wife. My husband was in the military for 13 years. He deployed a bunch. I've been coaching for 8 years. Beachbody, when I started, was an absolute lifesaver. Like, I had postpartum depression. I didn't know, because who even knew what that was 8 years ago? Nobody talked about it. I had 2 kids at that point, and I just needed the workouts. Honestly, I didn't know there was going to be people that I would have to talk to, like in community. I didn't know any of this. I was like, why do you guys keep messaging me? Like, what team are you a part of? I didn't know that was a thing. And that was really, really cool, because that's what really sealed the deal when I joined, because I joined for the workouts. I didn't know what Shakeology was. It tasted disgusting to me because my taste buds were used to only double cheeseburgers from McDonald's. I'm not joking. I ate them my whole college career because that's all I had money for, until I, got into it and was like, oh, your taste buds can change when you stop eating crap and you start drinking and doing things for your body that it needs. So anyways, fast forward to now, I have my own company, Mind Body Soldier. I run women's retreats. I still have 4 boys, 12, 9, 6, 4, 2 giant dogs. My husband's out of the military, and my life couldn't be busier. Like, it literally couldn't be busier. I am on the lacrosse board. I coach baseball. I also, what else do? I lead the worship music for our Biddies Bible study group. I go to yoga. I work there 1 day a week. I am everywhere because I love community, because I love people, because I love vibration, because I love energy, and I love positive energy. And if you know anything about me, mindset is huge. Like, when I grew up in a really crappy situation. We all have our stories, we all have our things, but I made a decision when I had my first baby 12 years ago. And again, I didn't have Beachbody in my life, but I had a kid, and I was like, I can't go ahead and give my kid the life that I had. It's a non-negotiable. I can't do that. So what does that look like? And I didn't have my faith back then either. I'm huge into my faith. I love the Lord. And if you love the Lord, awesome. If you love the universe, awesome. I do not believe in division because of religion. I believe in unity. And that is where I stand in that. And so if you look at how my life has transformed, and we look at, our biggest competitors, and we look at, who we've linked arms with, we really have to step back and say, okay, if I'm looking at my life from where I've come to where I am to where I want to go, what do I have to do? And honestly, you guys, I titled this Stop Competing and Start Collaborating, because we can do it on so many levels. But number 1, and I want you guys to write this down or just sink it in your brain, I want you to stop competing with yourself. Stop competing with the version of you that you thought you were supposed to be right now in this moment, because every time you do that, you put out negative energy into the universe and focus on something that isn't there. And I mean, Tony Robbins, focus goes where energy flows. I mean, energy goes where focus flows. It's all a big circle. You guys, we need to stop. And once we can stop competing with ourselves and the other people on our team and the ranks that they have and we don't have, we can start collaborating. We can start working together, not only within our team, within other Beachbody teams. They're not in competition with us. And not only that, other MLMs. I am not competing with Roden and Fields. Oh, they might steal my customer because they only have $225 this month, but they need a challenge pack and they chose their face care over the Beachbody one and they don't see the value. And now that Roden and Fields company is my competitor. Absolutely freaking not. That Roden and Fields company, those people investing in themselves shows you that they care about themselves. Yeah, it might start with our faces because that's what everybody sees. Okay, once you get your face in line, there's my dog, and you feel good about, you build your confidence, what's next? So instead of sitting back and saying, okay, all these multi-level marketers, all these network companies, they are all my competition. I cannot collaborate. I can't, I won't. Why not sit back and say, I want my life to look different in 1 year from now? I do. I hope we all do. Please show of hands if you want your life to look different in any way possible. Thank you. Yes, fabulous. And if you don't, cool, just you can hop off right now because why waste your time being on the call? Bear. If it's not a kid, it's a dog. Come. This is my polar bear. Let me just stop because I adopted a polar bear about 1.5 years ago and he's massive and everybody, that's the noise. But honestly, we want that growth. We want that change. And so to do that, and this is really neat. So about 3 weeks ago, I couldn't even tell you, it's November 17th. So the past 3 weeks, I've been in a whirlwind. End of October, I went on a girls' trip with my sisters. I usually only travel for work or for family or for my children. And we went on just a 5-day girls' trip to New Orleans. And we had this huge itinerary. We had reservations. We just wanted to eat really good food. Me, I just wanted to eat oysters 3 times a day. That was it. I was like, that's all I need. And my goal was I wanted to meet people. And not to grow my business. Now, if you know me, I add everyone on Facebook, everyone on social media, and everyone becomes my best friend because I love community and I love people. I just hashtag last night, I made up my own hashtag people are my passion because I love people. I love getting to know them. So my trip to New Orleans was to go meet people. I didn't add a single one to social media, which was silly, but at the same time, not, because I was present in the moment. And I sparked everything within inside of me that had been lost for the last 3 years of hustling, of grinding, of competing with myself and where I should have been. Because when COVID hit, you should see how far some of these Beachbody coaches went. They went all in, and so good for them. They went all in and their numbers now double and triple mine. I don't make the money they make, but guess what? That wasn't my journey. My journey was to pour into my children, to pour into the clients that I had, to homeschool, which was a whole nother thing. So instead of beating myself up for my journey, I decided to love my journey, to love my growth, to love where I've come. So when I was in New Orleans, this was my thing. I was going to follow the vibe. Now I had my sister and my best friend there. So there's 4 of us and they're like, all right, Jack. And they all are susceptible to my really, really intense peer pressure. And they're like, Jack, what do we do? What does that even mean? We have reservations at this time. What are we doing? I said, no. We will leave this restaurant and we will follow the energy. We will go left or we will go right. We will follow the energy. Right. And so if you're a Christian, you're like, you're freaking me out. That's fine. Like I said, I believe in the Lord. I love my Jesus, but guess what? Positivity, energy, vibes, law of attraction, law of physics. These are just scientifically based things that if you look, they line up with the Bible anyway. So just get on board. Just follow the energy, follow the people, ask God, ask the universe, ask whoever, where do I need to go today? So I did that. You guys, one of the main things I wanted to do was paint. And I just started painting because I just felt like I wanted to paint. I said, I want to paint in Jackson Square. If you know anything about New Orleans, it's this giant, beautiful square with this stunning church in it. And the whole thing is lined with art. I said, I want to paint in Jackson Square with an artist. That's ridiculous. Like, okay, I have no painting skills. I started painting a week before. Why did I want to do this? Because I wanted to. And I put it out there. And I put it out there and I put it out there. I said, that's the only thing I want to do. Meet people, talk to people, pray over people, and paint on Jackson Square. So that is exactly what I did the entire time. I followed the energy. I followed the positivity. I followed the vibe. I put out exactly what I wanted in my life and I manifested it. And so instead of competing with what Jack would have done, because Jack would have added 150 and honestly probably more than that people on her social media, I started collaborating with myself, with what I want, the change I wanted to see in my life. And what do I love? I've said it. I love community. I love growth. I love support. And I love the things that, Beachbody has taught me outside of just the workouts, outside of the supplements. Beachbody has taught me that are so freaking important. So important. Community, growth, love, support. These are the things that we need. So I want you guys to take a minute, and I want you to go ahead and just visualize this. Visualize something you really, really want. Okay, something you really, really want, whether it's 15-star diamond, whether it's, a spouse, a significant other that loves and support you. I want you to take a second, sit back. I'll give you like 15 seconds to just get that thought in your mind. So I'm gonna drink some water real quick. I see some of your faces, you don't even know what you want, and that is okay. That is okay. It's fine. Okay. So everybody has something, or they know that they don't know what they want. And honestly, that's really good, because if you don't know what you want, that means you haven't been able to negatively affect what you want yet. So that's good. Just keep that in your mind. Just stay blank if you don't know what you want. Now, for those of you that do know what you want, what's the next thought? Okay, I want to have a successful team of women who want to run alongside me in whatever I do. I want people who want to grow, who are sick and tired of being sick and tired. I want that. Oh, you know what? People aren't going to do it. They're not going to show up. They're not going to do the work. They're not going to run alongside me. And even if they do, they'll probably quit. And even if they do focus on their mindset, they'll probably quit that too, and they'll circle back. What did I just do to one of the most important things to me? I just self-sabotaged it. I just shut it down. I just put those feelings, that energy, those vibrations out into the universe that now totally stole my dream from me. And I did that. Not anyone on my team, not anyone on Beachbody over here, not anyone in another MLM, not my family. I did that because the negativity that I assigned to my dream, because of my doubts, because of my failures, because of the changes that happened, I destroyed my own dreams. And I bet you, however many people are on this call, 23, I bet you 19 of us did the same damn thing. And that is horrifying, horrifying. And when I sit back and I look at us and I look at the potential in each one of you, I see Sarah, I see Bobby, Nancy, Gina, Andrea, Gail, I see Whitney, Chelsea, Kayla, Alexandria, Trisha, Cassie, Lauren, Colleen, Mariah, Kelly, Kimmy, Dawn, Kimmy, and BB. I see all of you, and Allison, and literally all of us have a huge, massive potential and purpose inside of us. Yet we forget. Life gets busy. Things come up. Things change. Things we need to let go of that we've been holding on for too damn long that we need to shed. We have scales over our eyes. We're a layer of onions. We're a piece of cake, whatever you want to refer to yourself as. So often we just sit on that top layer and we are so frightened of what other people will think if we change. And Sarah and I just talked about this on our call, some of our best people, our most trusted, our most loved people, they will come to us with very valid reasons on why we should not shed our skin, on why we should not transform, on why we should not grow, on why we should not stop competing with ourselves, on why we shouldn't make a single change. They come to us and they have competitive bias that they don't even know. They have this thing that they are telling us, like I did this in our last call, confirmation bias. You get it from people. They come to you with a really, really valid reason why you should stay exactly where you are. Look how far you've already come. Look how far you've come. Look at Jack. Look what you've done. You've done so well. You work so hard. Just take a rest. Just relax. Just sail through this next season. So many people look up to you. They love you. They do you've changed so much. Your family dynamic. Guys, I'm 37 years old. Should I just roll over and die because I've come so far, because I make you feel uncomfortable, because I'm still continuing to grow? Like, does that even make sense? But some of our closest friends will do that because they don't want to grow. They don't want to change. They don't want to join us. And that's okay. And whatever we're doing. How many times have you invited someone just to go on a walk with you and they said no? Inviting someone to have a slice of pizza or have a shake and they said no. When we attach an outcome to our question, when we attach, so we're inviting people to join us, we're inviting people to a party at our house. When we go ahead and we set out and we're like, I'm going to do this, I'm so excited, but oh my God, I could fail and everyone could say no, but I invited anyways and everyone said no. You did that. You did that. It is the law of attraction. It is the law of physics. You just set yourself up for failure. When I go into my invites or I go into my posts and I say, you know what? I am putting this out there and that energy is positive and I'm going to change lives and that's it. And then you shut down those negative thoughts, you guys, you will see the change in your business that you want to see. You will manifest that year from now that you want to see. And I really do challenge you guys to sit back and the most important areas of your life, whether it be your relationships with, your significant other, whether it be a relationship that you don't have yet. And you're like, you know what? I'm not in a relationship, Jac, but I want to be, but I won't be because I haven't been. And nobody likes me. And if I do get in and then this happens, whoa, sorry, I stop. You want to be in a relationship. Awesome. Be in one. Attract the person that you want. Anyone seen Practical Magic? And this sounds ridiculous. It was my favorite movie growing up. If you have not seen it, go watch it. Sandra Bullock is my favorite, Nicole Kidman, and they were sisters and they were witches, but one sister made a potion for the exact man that she wanted. Right. And I found this to be fascinating. I saw it when I was super little and I was like, wow, she dreamt up the exact man that she wanted. She got married. Her husband, died. I'm going to ruin the movie for you. Not really. It's so good. But the next man that came into her life was actually the man that she created at a very young age for herself. The man that she said, like, hey, I designed him all down to one green eye, one blue. She manifested this life for herself. And this man broke the curse. And it was fascinating to me because I sat there, I'm like, whoa, as an adult, I look back on it and I can manifest the relationship that I want. I can manifest the outcome when I go to someone and tell them that my life is about to change. This is the grand scheme of my life. Can I anticipate? Can I expect what they're going to say? No, but I can manifest what I want out of those conversations. I can collaborate with people. I can collaborate with people outside of my sphere of influence. I can go above me because guess what? The people with 100,000 followers are no better than the people with 400. Yes, I want to attract people with 100,000. Why? Because I want to reach more people. Absolutely. But just because I don't have 100,000 doesn't mean that I can't talk to them. Doesn't mean that they're better than me. And if they think that, I don't want them in my sphere anyways. Because we are all on this earth, we are all united, we are all human beings, and there is nobody, I don't care if you're a celebrity, you are no better than I am. What, you make more money? Cool, I'll be there. I'll make more money than you one day, and I'll do it changing lives. I'll do that because I'm going to manifest that. So I want you guys to, and I know I talk fast, but I do have to pick up my kid too. So I want to make sure we get all this in. And I wish I could tell you I had notes to share with you. I don't, I just go off my head. But I do have I'm reading this book, and this is the one thing that I do. One takeaway that I want you guys to do. It's called Excuse Me, Your Life is Waiting for You. This is where I've combined my love for the Lord, my passion for purpose, what we were born and created to do, with the vibrations that I'm now putting out, with the manifestation that I'm now putting out. You can not listen to it if you want, but I mean, I'm only, I don't know how many chapters in it, can't tell, but it's Excuse Me, Your Life is Waiting for You, The Astonishing Power of Feelings by Lynn Grabhorn, Grabhorn. And I'll put it in there. You guys can't see it. I'll throw it on the bottom of this once I post it, but this is where I'm getting these things from. So I want you guys to focus on this. This is how we are going to attract what we want. We're going to need to change our focus, and we are going to have to change our vibrations, right? We're going to have to change our energy. If you guys watched the team call with Shell, that was the last one I was on because my life has been chaos, but where she talked about meeting our older selves, our mentor within ourselves, it lines right up with that. And I just think about that all the time. When I have an issue, I go to my older self now and I meet with her and I'm like, but what about this? And she's like, yeah, that's a waste of your time. That is not going to affect you in 20 years when you're sitting in my seat. That has no effect on you whatsoever. Stop putting your energy into it. And so to attract what we want, to change our focus, we need to change our vibrations. And how do we do that? When I was asking you guys, what do you want in a year? Whitney was making the most adorable little face. Like, I don't know. That is a hard question. And no, Whitney, I'm not calling you out. You come from a blank slate. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. You are starting with goals because you know what, when your goals or dreams change, it is harder than coming up with them in the first place. So you're in a really good space. So one, I want you guys to identify what you don't want. What don't you want? So often we're like, I want all these things. I created my vision board. It's a beautiful board. You guys saw it. It's background on my phone and I want all these things. But what I forgot to do was identify what I didn't want. And then every time I started going after the things I did, something I didn't want would creep in. So identify what you don't want, and you don't, just write that down. Number 2, identify what you do want. Once you identify all the shit that you don't want, you'll be able to peel away the layers to see what you do want. And that's really freaking exciting. And that gets you all jazzed up. And that's going to help you with your manifestation. Number 3, you're going to get into a place of feeling, not thinking. Very different, guys. When you get those like goosebumps, if you've ever heard of Trans-Siberian Orchestra with the music and the lights and the Christmas songs, or when you put up your Christmas tree and you get the goosebumps, and or your kids are get up on Christmas morning, or you get to see your sibling after a long time, or whatever it may be, and it just gets you so excited. That's a feeling. So you have to get into the place of feeling what you want, feeling it, knowing it deep down in your soul. Let your body literally take 5 minutes and feel what it would feel like if you were already there. What would it feel like if you already had your dreams and your goals and the beautiful family that you've been working for, or the house, or the multiple homes that you want, or just the freedom to go and spend time with people and pray over them and walk around and not have to care about anything in the world for 5 whole days? What does that feel like? And then I want you to expect to listen and allow it to happen. So number 4 is expect to listen and allow it to happen. So sit in that space and allow it to happen. So instead of wishing or yearning for something that you want, start appreciating the thing that you want already in this moment. I appreciate the fact that my husband is going to get a job that is remote. I appreciate it because he's going to get it. And then what we're going to do, and this is new and exciting, and we're going to do it, we are going to live in 4 different locations for the whole year. So we're going to live 3 months, 3 months, 3 months, 3 months in 4 of our favorite places. And we are going to become a part of that community. And we are just going to get to know people and talk to people and just do that. And that's what we want to do. And we don't know where those locations are. We'll find out if we want to be in Montana, because we'll be there next week. Hawaii is one of them. I love our home here. This is one of them. I want to be in community all over the world. I want to go to Europe for the whole summer, this summer with my kids. And I want my husband to be able to be there because he's getting that remote job. He has that remote job. He is getting it. And he's going to make way more money than he is now because he deserves it. Because he deserves it. So I want you to go ahead and you are going to vibrate. When you think about these things, I'm already vibrating at a higher frequency. I'm already more excited, if possible, than when I got on this call, because I just told you guys what's going to happen. And it's so exciting. Like, you guys are excited for me. I see it in your face. You're like, oh man, she's going to live in 4 places. And you know, I'll do it because I'm going to do it. And I want you guys to have that belief in yourself. So you guys are creating a vibration that will reel it in. You're sending out that Christmas morning energy, or Thanksgiving, or whatever holiday. You don't do holidays, that time that you spent with family, the time that you spent with your grandmother. You know, for me, before she passed, and we sat at the coffee table and she just talked and drama. And it was so funny. And I would just sip my coffee and I would drink like 14 cups just so that I could stay at the table with her. Because when you were done with coffee, you left the table. So I would be like, maybe that's part of my problem, but still, you're manifesting that. I want you to drink in all the things about your goal. All of your increasingly magnetic vibrations that you're sending out are now positive. They're now positive. You are a magnet. You are energy. You are a life force, each and every single one of us. And know what the coolest thing is? When you are that, guess who's going to be influenced by that? Beyond people on social media and all of us on this call, your children, your friends, your family, your parents, the people you love and care about. And they're going to try, and some of them will try to drag you down. And I know, don't go there. Don't think about that. You're going to be the life force. You're not going to come somewhere for a life force. You're going to be the life force. So I want you to attract what you want, and never mind how you're going to pay for it. Don't go down that. How am I going to get there? How am I going to do this? Because that's me. How am I going to get to all 4 locations with all the children? And then do I need a car? Nope, not even thinking about it. It's not your job to figure it out. As long as you stop focusing on the fact that you haven't reached your goals yet, and you're with your original intent, and stop focusing on your shoulds, put all your glum feelings away. And on the other hand, allow yourself to be turned around by thinking about your goals. Allow yourself to feel those things. And it's the feelings that create the magnetizing and the vibrations and the waves that we send out. And it's the feelings that come from our thoughts. It's a divine intervention. It is our purpose. And guys, our purpose can be wrapped up in a lot of different things. You've seen Christy grow. You've seen me grow. You are not in a friggin' box. Get out of the box. Like, oh, I am just a mom. I am just a wife. I am just a caretaker. I am just a Beachbody coach. No, each and every one of you is creative, has a beautiful mind. How can you take what your passion is and what you love and intertwine it with what you're doing? How can you grow on a scale that no one has ever even taught you before? And then how can you bring that in and bring that influence to people here? And I highly recommend, when you can stop competing with yourself, when you can feel the energy and vibrations, that you go out and collaborate with people locally. Get people to meet up for a workout. Get other people who are running small local businesses to support your small local business. When you go in and you have that passion for change and you say, hey, can I talk to you? I have an idea, or I have a product I would love to put on your shelves. I have something like, I don't know how this would work out, but imagine how cool, and this is something I've thought about for years, imagine how cool it would be to have a gym or have a yoga studio, have your products in there. Like, hey, people buy them, cool. They sign up as a coach, they have the products to get the discount, they can charge exactly what the website charges. And I don't know, maybe this is something that's illegal. Christy will have to tell me, but they charge exactly what the website charges. So they're still making their commission or whatever, but the idea is really neat. And then you don't have to wait for shipping. If I needed a bag of Shakeology and I ran out, I would go buy it from the studio for full cost, just so I wouldn't have to wait for shipping. Like, think outside the box. Seriously, get so creative. And to do that, guys, I'm not going to tell you to go send more invites, and I'm not going to tell you to go ahead and sit down at your computer and watch more reels. I'm going to tell you to go be alone and be quiet with yourself so that you can be creative. That's why I started painting just a few weeks ago, because I don't remember the last time I did something fun for no reason, crafty for no reason. And I thought I didn't like crafts. The whole time at my women's retreat that I hosted last week, we made bath bombs, we did paint night. And the whole time we did all of these things, and we did a bunch of creative stuff. We worked through trauma, grief, and shame. And we did that because we were being creative. It was opening up that part of our brain that we lock out because we think if we send more invites, we are going to get more. Or we think if we're going to do this more, you're going to burn out. You're going to hate what you're doing, and you're going to leave whatever industry you're in, because more is actually less. Get control of your competition within yourself, get control of your energy, your vibes, identify what you don't want, identify what you do, feel as if you're in it, go after it, and then think, how can I get creative? How can I collaborate? And that doesn't just mean here locally. It means that you can go ahead and you can see that person that is, you guys lift up each other. I can name so many other MLMs that I'm working with. I know they have group or that I connect with, that I support them. They support me by loving on our posts and things like that. Why not reach out and say, hey, I know you have a group where you share all your stuff. And I'm using Roden and Fields as an example because I have an amazing friend who does that. She runs an incredible group. And I plan on reaching out to her and say, hey, how can we link up over the holidays? Like, can we put our heads together? Like, I don't have all the answers, but I know I want to work with you. I know you're not going to come be a Beachbody coach. I'm cool with that. But how can we link arms, grow a community that is growth, love, and support? Because that is, at the end of the day, what we all need. So, okay, I'm done with my rant. I can breathe again. Let me look if there's anything in the chat, any questions. I think it's just a lot of amazing comments. Anybody have any questions while I'm looking in the chat? I know I talk fast. I love that Honda versus Toyota dealership challenge. Yes. Yeah, but you have to get creative. You have to get outside of yourself. You have to just take a few minutes for yourself, your inner child, play, enjoy your time every single day. And I know you're going to be like, I don't have time for that. Trust me, the more time you make for you, the more time you'll have for your business, the more you'll grow. So, all right, questions, comments, concerns, ideas that just came to mind that you guys want to share with each other. Like, as you were speaking, I actually had this great idea that I could do locally or online. Or I can just stare you all in the soul with your beautiful faces. Going for soul staring, Christy, going for soul staring. Awesome. Then I'm going to turn it back to Christy. You're welcome. Thank you guys for having me. I know I'm not everywhere I need to be, but I'm exactly where I need to be when I need to be there. So I love being here. I love being able to share with you guys and just pour into you in any way that I can. If you have questions, concerns, comments, please feel free to message me. 24 to 48 hours is my normal turnaround time, or just go ahead and message me again. And then it will probably be more like 24 to 48 hours. So same time, but it will bump it to the top because I get lots of messages. Awesome. Love you, Nancy. All right. I'm going to mute and let you, or do you have anything, Christy, or do you want to finish up? What do you want? No? All right. Then on that note, go get that book, listen to it. Audio is really good. Turn it to 1.2. If you're on 1, it's really slow, but if you can bump up the audio speed, it makes you pay attention a little bit more. That's my tip for it. Excuse me, your life is waiting for you. I hope you guys have the most amazing Thanksgiving. I don't know if there's a meeting next week, Christy.
I think Kimmy is doing one.
Cool.
I won't be there, but I think Kimmy is doing one.
Awesome. And make sure you get on these calls. Community, love, growth, support. Like that is what feeds our souls. And I cannot wait if you guys do like share your goal or post about it or anything like that, please tag me because that fires me up, is being able to see, and then I can pray over that for you and I can send out more love and positivity that we have surrounding what we want and more energy and vibrations that go out into the world around what we want. The faster it's going to come to us, the faster it's going to come. So if it was coming in 40 years, hey, we cut it down to 20, still amazing, right? We're still here. We're still trucking. All right. I love you guys. I will post the recording and then I'll post the name of the book and everything else. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Bye, everyone.